One of my favorite things to do in the summer is to sit out in the yard, invite a few friends over, maybe fire up the grill. You could be sitting around the fire pit, or you're in the swimming pool, you're enjoying the summer sun, you have a cocktail in your hand, be it a mojito or a margarita or maybe a nice cold beer. And on top of everything, you're wearing your favorite summer fragrance. Today, I am here to bring you my 10 favorite fragrances for the summer. This is going to be the niche edition, and it's going to be the 2016 list. So every year, I discover new fragrances that I think would go great in the summer, and I've consolidated it into 10 fragrances. So before I get into the list, I just want to remind the viewers at home, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This way, every new video I upload gets delivered straight to your feed. You never need to worry about searching anything up, all right? So, all right, let's go ahead and get into the list. So I'm going to start it off with my number 10. And number 10 is a wonderful fragrance that I discovered recently. It's called YVRA 1958. This is a wonderful citrus fragrance with a lot of spices in there. You have cardamom, you have black pepper, you have ginger, really well blended, masterfully blended. And another thing, this keeps mosquitoes away. Yes, it's actually in the booklet for the perfume. It's an insect repellent. So if you're looking for something that's going to make you smell good, but it's also going to ward off those, pesky bugs, definitely give this one a shot. All right, the next fragrance I want to talk about is from an up-and-coming indie perfumer. I've had the opportunity to speak with this gentleman a few times on the phone, and he's a stand-up guy. I know he's coming to New York soon, so I'm looking forward to getting together with him in person, maybe talking a little bit about his endeavors and what he plans on doing in the near future. This is one of his first creations, and the company is called Ikerio, which is a Japanese name. The fragrance is called Rêve de Papillon. Now it has this nice little corset on it, wax melt on the cap, beautiful bottle. I think he's changing the bottle soon. I know he has a really nice presentation as far as the box is concerned. It has like an orange blossom. It's sweet, it's creamy, it has a bit of a heliotrope in it, which has a potential of smelling like almonds, and that's the reason why he put a purple corset on the bottle. Really well done, perfect for the summer, a nice creamy sweetness. The next one on this list is a fragrance that I absolutely love, and it's a fragrance that's made my list in previous years, and it's one that never fails in the summer. This is my second bottle of it. It's by a company called Amouage, and it's called Reflection for Men. This one is a really masculine sort of jasmine with a spicy pimento pepper note. Really well done, masterfully blended. Really wonderful offering from this house. I know it's a few years old now, but again, it works so perfectly in the summertime. The next fragrance on this list is one of my most complimented fragrances ever. And with summer fragrances, you're more likely to get compliments because they're more inviting. They're more appealing to some people. Some people appreciate fragrances that are a little bit on the lighter side, citrusy, aquatic. And this one, I think, sort of fits the bill, but it has its own unique edge on it, and it's certainly a powerhouse. This one is by a company called Profumum Roma, and the fragrance is called Batito de Ali. So the fragrance translates to the flutter of wings or the beating of wings, and it's a really great sort of African orange flower type of a scent. It has a little bit of cocoa. Some people say coconut. I don't think coconut is listed as a note, but in the dry down, it has that mildly sweet, honey-like, fruity smell. Really wonderful offering. Number 6 on this list is another fragrance that I recently acquired, and it's quickly shot up the list to being one of my favorite scents of all time, and this is definitely one of my favorite scents of all time. It's by an Italian company called Mendito Rosa, and the fragrance is called Alpha. Now this is I don't quite know what's in it. I know it has Ravensara, I know it has thyme in it, I know it has some other herbs, a little bit of citrus, and it's such a wonderful fragrance. I am planning on wearing this a lot more. It's actually a haunting fragrance for me because it reminds me of an aspect of my youth, but I can't quite put my finger on it. So for that reason, maybe in order to promote some self-discovery, I'll be wearing that one a little bit more. Now, let's get into the top 5 fragrances of this list. This next one is a staple for me, and I have worn a lot of this, mainly because my wife loves it on me. And I think this might be her favorite fragrance from this house. I don't remember how she feels about some of their other fresh offerings. This one by Tom Ford is called Mandarino di Amalfi. Beautiful sort of bright, citrusy, mandarin-based scent with a note of shiso in the background, which is an Asian herb, and it's related to basil. And it has that almost culinary component to it, but it's so inviting, and it's such a great scent. Definitely check it out for the summer. Getting into my number 4 fragrance. This is one that I recently acquired, so it's a little bit high on this list because I plan on wearing it often so I can test it out, maybe possibly even review it. And this one, I mentioned in my anecdote earlier that I love, drinking summer cocktails like mojito. This one actually reminds me of a mojito. It's well blended. The longevity is a little bit spotty, but for the smell and how good it is, sometimes you need to make a compromise. This one by Atelier Cologne is called Cedrat and Nevron. And I don't know entirely what's in this, but I do get mint, I do get a lot of citrus, and it's such a wonderful scent, very uplifting, and it does remind me of a mojito. Alright, so getting into my top 3 scents, I'm going to have to say that this one has been dethroned to an extent. I know this has made number 1 in the past. I am going to be wearing it a lot this year too. It's just that the level of the juice in my bottle is getting kind of low that I don't know if I can necessarily, bring it upon me to use the whole thing. I think I'd be in despair. But nonetheless, it's a wonderful scent, and that's not a good enough reason for it to be low. But nonetheless, it's Bergamot 22 by Le Labo. Wonderful scent. It's probably the best bergamot you're going to smell ever, right next to Neo by Xerjoff. If you have not tried this scent yet, please make sure you give it a shot. Always test things for yourself and see, how do you feel about it? How does your nose react to it? And I'm telling you, it's a fragrance that I've received a lot of compliments with. Alright, the next one on this list is another summer staple of mine, and of course I wear this on and off in the summer, and I've worn it when I've gone on vacation with my wife, trips to Florida, and every time I smell it, it's highly evocative and reminiscent of that. This one by Creed, it's called Millesime Imperial. I know people always talk about this one. It has a salty smell, it smells like watermelon, mixed fruits, it has an aquatic nature to it, such a wonderful scent. A lot of people complain about the longevity, about it being a little bit spotty. If you do wear an unscented lotion before applying it, you will find that the performance is going to be a little bit better on you. Alright, and getting into my number 1 pick for the summer, this is by far a staple for me. This is the one fragrance I think about wearing the most. Every time, when we experience the turn of the season and I know summer's here, man, I do love this one. This is by a company called Eau d'Italie, and it's called Acqua Decima. Acqua Decima translates to the 10th water, and that's because this was the 10th release from the brand. This is an incredibly natural smelling, garden fresh, beautiful mint, citrus type of a scent. It reminds me, just like this scent, reminds me of a mojito. However, this is such a raw, uncompromised blend of notes. It has cucumber, it has a little bit of rose, so sort of fresh and vegetal and herbaceous. If you haven't given this one a try, guys, please, what are you waiting for? This is comparable to 1861 Renaissance by Xerjoff, but this is the raw version of 1861 by Xerjoff. That one is a little bit more polished, a little more compressed, a little smoother. This one is sort of raw and unfiltered, if you will. So guys, make sure to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. These have been my top 10 favorite fragrances for the summer of 2016, and this is the niche list. So listen, if you own or have tried any of these scents, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to rate and subscribe for future videos, top 10s, giveaways, unboxings, and a lot of other content. So I smell well, so you can smell good, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone.